You can make it work, don't need to lose your way. Small steps forward, you'll win the day. Build a life you love, keep your goals in sight. You can change your health style and still live life right.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to the Fit5 show with Ashley Bishop. Ashley Bishop is an acclaimed personal trainer and support mechanism, but he's far more than that. And today he's going to talk to us about today's topic, which is momentum, not motivation. So most personal trainers I've ever come across, Ashley, seem to be all about the motivation. Got to be motivated, got to be up for it, got to be sunny side up. You got to be pumping iron. You got to be all the rest of that. So why are you taking a different, contrary point of view?
That's it. Well, Gareth, thank you very much for the lovely introduction. And yes, I'm going to say it wrong now. People always come to me, and I know people always come to me, and in my traditional personal training days, the days where I was standing over people and, shouting abuse at them and trying to squeeze out every last repetition, people come to me, it's like, Ashley, I need you to motivate me. And back in the day, before I knew better, it's like, yeah, great, brilliant. And for me, that was the motivation, me standing there shouting abuse at them. Come on, and all that sort of stuff. And the problem with motivation, right, is motivation can be gone in an instant. If we relied on motivation, we wouldn't do anything. We just wouldn't. Oh, I don't feel, because how often do we say, oh, I don't feel motivated today? Yeah, ultimately, motivation is a feeling. Yeah, you listen to a certain song, or maybe you watch a video on YouTube. It's like a motivational video, and you feel really, really hyped. I feel really motivated when I'm watching this. But as soon as the music stops or that video stops, the motivation's gone again. You listen to, if you're married and you had a first dance song, that song comes on, you feel, really, you might really love to really motivate. Yeah, come on, I'm going to do this. But if a song comes on the radio of a past acquaintance who was quite horrible to you, again, you can go from feeling motivated, suddenly it's completely gone.
Absolutely.
So motivation is a feeling. When we feel motivated, we'll do the work. When we don't feel motivated, we won't do the work. Now, traditionally, people go, I need an external thing to motivate me. So you're always relying on someone else. So the people that would come to me in my traditional PT days, they want someone to motivate. They want external motivation. So, of course, they get that. They experience that while they're in front of me. But as soon as you go, well, you need to go away and do this and this and this and this, there's no motivation.
So you're saying the moment you're not in the room, the moment you're not belly aching or standing over them or cracking whips and so on, other implements of torture are available.
Yes.
They would suddenly lose the impetus. And half I guess what you do is you give them homework of things to do when they're not with you. And of course, they've got no motivation because you're not there to give it to them. That's
it, exactly. And you see it, even more so, I'd work with someone for maybe, we do a 3-month program to help them lose a stone, 2 stone. They do, and they would do the work, kicking and screaming, relying on me to motivate them all the time. But as soon as they got the result and we'd finished working together, thanks, Ashley, this is great. There's the before and the after photos. I hate before and after photos, by the way, that are used on social media. Here's the before and after photo. That's great, and they stop coming. But then there's no motive. There's no one there to give them that external motivation. So
I particularly like it when they're obviously different people.
Yeah, so they've stopped doing it, and then they've gone back to their old ways, and the weight's gone back on. They've lost their fitness because there's no external motivation. So for me, and I've done, I normally catch people out with this because as soon as someone says, "Ashley, I need to find motivation," I'm like, "Motivation sucks. Absolutely sucks." And you know what? You will stay stuck while you rely on motivation. And you always get these sort of like, what are you talking about? I thought, at one point, and I know that Mr. Motivator title was taken many, many times ago. It's like, Ashley, but you're Mr. Motivator. You should be motivated. But I'm not. That's not my job.
Right.
So for me, the people that kind of get stuck on that like 2 to 4 week health kick cycle is because they're focused on motivation.
All right. So we've talked about what was and perhaps that model. So how do we get them into this concept of momentum?
So
is it a series
momentum.
of small steps?
Yes, exactly. So now, being a petrol head, I will use the example of a car. So if you've ever had to push start a car before, now I have some classic cars, and regularly they don't want to start. So when you have to push start a car, you're standing behind it, and you put your shoulder, and you sort of like trying to rock it to start with. The first revolution of the tires is the hardest. And that's like when we start a new journey. We decide we want to sort out our health and fitness, we want to lose some weight, we want to get fit, we want to tone up, we want to feel better about ourselves. That initial getting going is the hardest part.
Right.
So to build that first little bit of momentum, to get the wheels that sort of, so you can slowly start getting a bigger turn of the wheel. It's little steps, it's little pushes. So how do we build momentum? We take a small step. And you start doing that really, really well. So we've spoken about, imperfect, consistent action. Well, fine. Start off by drinking water every day. How much should you drink? We can work out like an A, a B, a C option. So you've got like the minimum dose and then like the gold standard. Start just doing that. That one, that builds momentum. Hey, I've done this for the past week. Wow, that's great. I've actually done the work on my own. That's amazing. That's like starting to build that momentum of the wheel. And then eventually, it turns and it does a full revolution. And then the next revolution is easier. So that's when you can start adding in and like, well, let's now add in, let's talk about nutrition. Let's talk about exercise. Let's talk about your sleep. So you've got that first revolution going. Of course. And then the car gets going and you have to quickly then jump into the seat so they actually then turn the key and you're off. You've built that momentum. And that, for me, that's the key to long-term success. You want to lose weight, get fit, improve your lifestyle, have more energy, live pain-free. Focus on building that momentum. And it starts off small with that first little nudge of the car to get it going. And as you keep doing that, you get that momentum going until, that first revolution goes and you're away.
I always find that the most difficult for myself is getting your arse off the seat and deciding you're actually going to do it. And then once you've done it a little bit, that's the make it or break it time for me. Because if you felt that, all right, if I can do this, then it will go. But I think I've seen so many people sat there and think, well, I could get up, I could do that walk, I could lift that weight, but I'd rather just sit around and eat chips.
So this is it. It's when you've made that decision you want to change, it's then focus on building that initial momentum. Too many people go wrong, and this is the normal approach. They try and go all in. I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to change my diet every day. I'm not going to eat that packet of crisps. I'm not going to eat no junk food. I'm going to hit the gym every day for an hour. They're trying to have such quick momentum that they're not ready for it. Which is when you have, that little voice, that little inner critic kicks off. You can't do this. So when you start small and you build that momentum, you can start layering up. And because you've had like that first week, I talk about, one of the first steps that I work with my clients is drink more water. Here's some targets. So the first target, if I said to you, Gareth, right, well, you need to be drinking 3 litres of water a day. He said, holy moly, all I do is drink 4 cups of coffee a day. How, I'm going to be winning like a racehorse. How can I make that happen? Great. Do you know what? For the first week, start off by drink your 4 coffees, fine, but drink half a litre of water. Put some squash in it if it makes it taste a bit better for you, but drink half a litre. You've started to build that momentum. Right, now week 2, now go from half a litre to a litre. Great, you've built a bit more momentum. The wheel's turning faster. Great, the next week, go to 1.5 litres, and build up that momentum. Too many people, why they fail so quickly is they try and do it all at once. They've not got that momentum.
Right.
So it is that little steps, and pun intended here. You need to walk before you can run. Most people try and sprint out the gates.
Yes, they do, don't they? They try and do everything all at once, and then I think it overwhelms them, and then they pull back.
Yeah. Whereas I love it. I'll set someone up. right, all you need to do for this first week is just drink half a litre. We'll use the water as a great example. Right, you don't drink any water right now, just your 4 coffees. Great, for this first week, just drink half a litre a day. And at the end of the week, go, wow, I drank half a litre every day. I did what I said I was going to do. That's amazing. This is great. Right, great. Because you've then got that enthusiasm, that momentum. Right, can you now up it a little bit? Go to it. Wow, and you do it. Wow, I've done it. This is great. Yeah. So you build, you're then having that positive reinforcement of, I'm someone I've done what I said I was going to do. I'm actually taking action rather than what most people do. As you say, get completely overwhelmed, do it for a couple of days, go, holy moly, this is far too much. They miss a day, they miss 2 days. Oh, that's it. I failed again.
I've done it myself, actually, but
I have.
It's the self-recrimination that's, I think, becomes part of the problem. You realize you've missed out. You want to beat yourself up over it, and then because you beat yourself up over it, you go and get yourself an extra biscuit or something, or just to make yourself feel better, and that's only temporary. Then you feel guilty because you did that, and then you end up in a hot mess and go anywhere. Before we go any further, a friend of yours has jumped in and said, "The Bish!"
Oh, Andrew.
And he said, "Shout out to the Hulk in the background."
Well, I will. So I've literally got. So I can't remember how I met Andrew, but we had a great conversation. And I remember watching. He did a live stream with some of his friends, and they said about who were the people he had around. And I didn't take this as a compliment to start with, because he spoke about the Fantastic Four. The Marvel.
Absolutely.
And he said that I was, he compared me to this.
The thing.
So I've got one. I've still got it. It's on my desk.
Well, Ben is his name, and he is one of the most honest, down-to-earth individuals. He was, I think, a steel worker in the original thing, and when he gets hit by the cosmic radiation and converts into the thing, he's still full of that angst and self-recrimination. In many ways, that follows through with people trying to get themselves fit again. So how does this all relate to the Fit5 system? Guys, you may have noticed on the bumper on the way in and also on the way out, there's a QR code that will take you straight to Ashley's LinkedIn page. I do recommend going there and at the very least, start following him. Better still, send a connection request. But for now, how does all this relate to the Fit5 system?
So obviously for me, the Fit5 is mindset, exercise, nutrition, hydration, sleep. This is all about mindset. A lot of people I work with have a great mindset already. They've built a business, they've scaled a business, they've climbed a career ladder. You've got to have a great mindset for that.
Yeah.
This is all about creating a consistency-based mindset. Most people, when they struggle to get fit and healthy, they are that victim of that sort of 2 to 4 week health kick cycle. They're on it, they're off it, they're on it, they're off it. This is all about starting to shift away from that belief, that model, that mindset, to around actually it's all about building that momentum. What does that look like? And instead of going mad and trying to do it all at once, what's that first little step? So it's all about shifting that way that we see things, that way that we start doing things and start taking action.
It is a mindset as much as doing physical sets.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mental workout. It really, really is. And I think that the thing to add here, and this actually comes from a conversation I've had with one of my clients this morning. It was a great question. It's like, well, actually, I've just been doing really, really well. I've been adding in, we've been layering up. I've had great momentum. I went away for the weekend, had a jolly good weekend, and I've sort of come back and I've been a bit inconsistent. And I think this is, again, with the whole mindset shift and that change around this, like momentum is fantastic, but it can stop just like that. Still, you can have a bad or a weekend away, have a long weekend away, and that momentum's gone.
Wow.
Most people go,
it doesn't take much to knock you, does it?
No, exactly. And that's why a lot of people struggle. So again, this is then like the next mindset shift is it's like, right, what most people do, and we hear this a lot, so often, oh, I was working really hard because I was going on holiday and I needed my beach body ready. Been on holiday, got the beach body, really, really happy, drunk too much, ate too much, come back, and I can't even think about, exercise, nutrition. because when you've lost momentum, you kind of go back to that, again, nudging the car to get it going for that first revolution. Where people go wrong is they think, I can just jump straight back into where I was.
Right.
You have to build up to that. To get a bit like that mental workout, you have to start nudging the back of the car again to rebuild that momentum. The great news is, every time you do that, you build your momentum up a little bit quicker. So just like, how you would build your body or build your fitness,
right?
Every time you lose momentum and you jump back in and you go again, you start getting a little bit quicker. You get that momentum back a little bit quicker, just like fitness. If you've been someone who has been relatively active for a few years and you miss a week through illness, you can jump back much quicker than if you've never done the fitness before.
Guys, I just want to point your attention to the QR code in the corner. It will be repeated again on the bumper on the way out. But I just want to thank everyone for taking the time out, their busy day, to spend it with us. Just Ashley Bishop can give you the reason why you want to build momentum, and has all the nutritional advice and the support to make sure that your journey is a safe and pleasant one. Until the next time we're here together, I wish you all well, and keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, and stop beating yourself up because you missed a day of exercise. You can do it. Just take it a bit at a time. Until next time, thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You can make it work, don't need to lose your way. Small steps forward, you'll win the day. Build a life you love, keep your goals in sight. You can change your health style and still live life right. Feel the fire.